Good morning. I'm Ann Brennan, and this is
Anastassia Van,
and we're the Marketing Moms. We're here today to talk to you about making marketing easy for you. That's our goal each and every week, and we hope we do it. We hope that you walk away with at least one thing that you can put to practice. So we will give you a tip in just a little bit. I do want to remind you that you can ask questions. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Actually, today it looks like we are not on Twitter. I'm looking at our feed, but we're live on Facebook and YouTube. I hope that you're watching it on one of those. Please go over and subscribe on YouTube. But if you are, leave us a question. If you're listening to this as a podcast, you can't do that. But if you message us, we'll answer those anyway. We like to do that. I want to give you the actionable item of the week. And Anastassia, since this was yours, why don't you talk a little bit about what we were talking about?
Sure. So this week we're going to be talking about Google My Business. And I think we've told you at least twice now that it's very important for you to get your profile completely completed on Google My Business. So you should have already done that, because I believe that was the actionable item a couple of times now. So today what I want you to do is create a post on Google My Business. So just like you would on social, consider it a social platform and create a post.
Yeah, and you can create just a post that says, hey, we're awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can create a post that says, hey, I've got this bit of information that will really help you a lot. You can share a blog, or you can create an event. Mm-hmm. You can create a special. They give you a lot. You can create a COVID update. Mm-hmm. Right? So if everybody's back to work full-time now in your office, that's a great COVID update. Let people know. And that was a really helpful thing during COVID. So I love that tip. It's super, super easy. So we're going to talk about Google My Business today. And when we do, one of the first things people say is, I don't know how to find that. So I'm going to give that to you easily. Google.com/business. If you haven't claimed your business, that's where you can go to do it. If you have, it's where you go to sign in. And here's another secret that we know from this end. People tell us all the time that they don't know. They say, oh, I don't know my password. And they get all nervous about it. First of all, use a password protector. Use something like 1Password, some kind of password vault. iStratus is another great one to use. But when you do that, when you go in to sign in, chances are you're going to remember it. I watch everybody get super crazy nervous, and then they try it and they go, oh, I know it. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be okay.
Or just reset it.
Reset it.
Reset it. It's so simple. Like, people are like, I don't remember my Instagram password. I'm like, okay, go and click forgot password, and then it's going to send you an email. Like, it's so easy to reset your password. As long as you have access to the email accounts depending on what you're working on. It could be a text message, but as long as you have access to whatever was created, then you can get in easily. So
exactly. The stress that comes from passwords is amazing. I'm always surprised by how stressed out people are. Even my husband, who is a very calm guy, if I ask him a password, he would think that I have just threatened his life. Something horrible is about to happen. So, all right. The first thing that you're going to do when you go in is to complete your information. And that seems easy, right? Oh, well, of course I'm going to complete my information. Most people don't. They do the basics, but then they forget to add their services or their products, right?
Or their hours.
And actually, I have another tip for you. I love this because there's so many fun things that we're boring and nerdy about this stuff, but fun to us. Here's a really cool tip. You can make a decision right now about what your holidays hours are going to be for the rest of your business life. You can say, we're always going to be closed on Christmas. I mean, for us, we're always closed the week between Christmas and New Year's. We take the whole week off, the entire office does, right? We can put that in there. We can put in, we're going to be out for Thanksgiving. You can put in any hours you know you're going to be out ahead of time. Just go ahead and put them in. Those are special hours. That's an easy thing to do. So before this started, I went out and added pictures to my Google My Business, because every time we walk in the door, I do that. So another place that people should do this is there. Go in and add pictures. Anastasia, one of the things we do is do this for clients, right? So can you talk a little bit about how that user created content helps on Google My Business?
Definitely. So if you go to somebody's Google page, whether you're at a restaurant or whatever, you'll often see the pictures that are in there. It'll say by owner or by customer. So you'll see pictures that people have put up. I mean, restaurants are a great example of this because people love taking pictures of their food. And so they put them up. But just going in, you have a picture that you took of a restaurant's front door that's had
The outside of
millions.
Lours down here, 1.5 million views so far.
1.5 million views. And that was, how long ago was that?
That was October of last year. So almost, it's been a year now.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that means the picture is being seen. So
1.5 million times.
Yes. So every time somebody puts in Lours as a destination on Google Maps, it's showing them. It's probably showing them your picture.
Well, and probably if you say local restaurants, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you say local restaurants, if it's getting 1.5 million views, it's probably coming up quite a bit in just when people are looking it up, right?
Yeah.
Looking up local restaurants. So yeah, it's a huge, huge help for your business. One of the other things when you're in there, it is the easiest place to get your review link. It even says, share your review link. It actually just says it, share your review link, and it gives it to you because so many people call us and say, I don't know how to find my review link. Like, it's right there. So share your review link. But the most important thing is to answer your reviews. And I love it, Anastasia. You talk about this a lot because people get so nervous. Oh, people are going to say bad things about me. But you talk about that
and I
a lot.
They let them say bad things about you. Now look, there's two ways to look at it. You can look at it as, oh, they were so mean and blah 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 blah. First of all, did you do something that you can improve upon? So look at it as an opportunity to either retrain your staff or fix something. If not, that's okay. How you respond to that person, even if they're being completely unreasonable, which that often is the case.
It happens all the time.
I mean, we bring up the example, I'm sure we brought up last week, of the restaurant during COVID when they were slammed on the Cinco de Mayo, which was a Tuesday, and their tacos. So there are instances where they're being unreasonable. And as a person who reads reviews, I can pretty much tell when somebody is being a little unreasonable,
Right.
But if somebody has a legitimate concern and it's either not responded to or it's poorly responded to, I think that's even worse than being not responded to.
Right.
Then, as you kind of take a double look at that business. So make sure that you're responding not for the person who has left you the review, because if they're leaving you a 1-star review, they're probably not coming back.
Right.
But what about me or you or some other person? Because everybody's reading reviews and they're going through and they're like, okay, this has all these 5-star, 4-star. And then you see this 1-star and it's like, oh, you read it, you read the response and you're like, oh, okay, they've made a concerted effort. They appreciate the feedback and they're going to see how they can do what they can do to improve the experience for the next person.
Absolutely. So, and one of the best, this is my favorite thing to tell anybody who's trying to answer reviews. Always start with thank you. Mm-hmm. And I know it's hard. Somebody just left you a review and they said, I've been coming in for 25 years and it was always perfect. And tonight it was horrible. And what you want to say is, oh my God, you jerk. You've been coming here for 25 years and you never left a single good review, but one night you had a bad, and you just want to scream at them. But instead, if you say, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I've lost your sound. You there?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know whether this is still showing or not.
There we go.
So you're going to check and see if it's still showing. Maybe we'll cut this out of the whole thing. Maybe we won't. If we're still showing, that's great. We had a browser issue as we were in the middle of talking. But I want to say this. If you get a bad review, the first thing you do is say, thank you. Thank you so much for leaving the review. We cannot do it without your feedback. We cannot make improvements without your feedback. Even if you think, oh my God, this person is being a total jerk, I'm not going to improve a darn thing. Still say that. That's how you respond. All right. So let's go on to what we talked about earlier, which is creating events, specials, and posts. Anastasia, is there for a couple of things? Why are we doing this? Because it's not like this is social media, right? Why are we posting?
Why? Because it's Google. So we're going to post anytime Google gives us an opportunity to promote our business, our events. We're going to use it because it's going to be more easily found. It's going to give you those points that you need for Google. And the thing is, you really just don't know where people are going to find out about something. It may just be, that you're a mechanic and I'm broken down and I look on my Google Maps and I find a mechanic and you're close by. What have you posted? You're like, oh, there's 2 or 3 to choose from. I'm having issues with my brakes. This guy has a promotion. They're equal in terms of reviews. They're equal in terms of satisfaction, but customer satisfaction. What's going to give me that incentive to go to one person versus another? And that could be that I can see what events they're promoting, whether or not they're charitable, if they've got some kind of a special on, like their break special or something like that. It could be something like that. So what's gonna make you stand out from your competition when somebody is just doing a basic search for a generic term in your area?
Absolutely. The other thing is we will say this on this podcast, you will probably hear this in every single episode. If a platform creates a tool, they want you to use it and they will reward you for doing so. So they've created this opportunity for you to post. So use it. Use it. I just cannot stress that enough. Use the tools they give you. So in this case, they're giving you that opportunity to post. They're giving you opportunity to share something. Actually, speaking of that, let's go right back up to the complete your information part, because this is something that is really important and we skipped over it. There is a part that you're going to go down and it's going to say attributes. And interestingly, I'm not sure why these are all lumped in together, but it will say things like, is it handicap accessible? Is it child friendly? I think they say, are there high chairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it will also say, is this a Black owned business? Is this a woman led business? Is it LGBT friendly? All of those things are things they really want you to answer. So do answer them. And there, I think it also says to you, which credit cards do you take? So answer all of those questions. I know we said answer all of them, but I'm being very specific here. Those questions are ones that people skip. Go in and do that. And then I want to go back, because I did move on to the photos very quickly. Services. When you put in your services or you put in your products, put a description. And why is that? It's because they use, I call them like little spider bots, right? They're just going out there, the Google bots, they're going out there and they're finding information. And if you say, we offer social media marketing, and that means we post for you 7 days a week, and we go into describing exactly what we do, it makes it much more clear to those Google bots that we are a real business and we do real things and we are exactly what this person's looking for, right? So fill in that information. You may even want to talk to a copywriter about that part. Make sure that is really filled in well. That's so important. So, all right. I want to, Anastasia, talk about updating it regularly, because we do this for our clients.
Yes, we do. So every week these posts expire. So you need to keep it up. You need to be putting them up once a week, at least, to make sure that that your information is staying up to date. Google's not just going to say, "Oh, they put this up, it's good." Now, a promotion or an offer, they call it an offer on Google, they do have time frames. So it does say how long is this promotion good for. So that's going to stay up there for the duration of your offer. And the same thing goes with events. So it's going to keep it up there for the duration of the event. But your post, no, they're going to expire, and you're going to get a notification that says this post is about to expire. So just keep it updated.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing to keep in mind with this is that Google is always changing. So when we started ASMM, so 5 years ago, we started ASMM, there was actually, I think it was, oh gosh, what was it called back then? It was Google, oh my gosh,
Google Plus.
Google Plus, right? There was Google Plus, and then that went away, and Google, for my Google My Business came up. And they offered, the things they'd been offering was, this is my place. This is where I work. But they started adding so much to it. And now you can get analytics in there. There's so much that you can do. The posting is new. The COVID update came up for some clients and not for others. There was a place last year, and I don't know that it's still there. I should go back in and check, where you could say, hey, you can't buy from us now, but you could buy a gift card for when we get back. Right? There were all kinds of things they were doing. So use those things, take advantage of them, pay really, really, really close attention. It's very, very important. Anastasia, I'm going to share a comment. Did you see it? So Lauren is one of our clients, and she's with Challenger Auto, and they do a phenomenal job for us, actually. But we also they are a client of ours. As she said, you ladies are wonderful at what you do, and I love that. So we have the best clients. We really do.
We do.
So,
they take good care of us too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Challenger. I will never forget calling Jeff, and we're in Maryland. We're filming this. We're in Maryland, and I was in Pennsylvania. I called Jeff and said, Jeff, my car's making this really awful noise. And he says, get under the car and put the camera towards the sound. And he was able to tell me exactly what was going on just from that. I'm like, amazing people. So, all right. I want to talk about what we're going to talk about next week. Next week, we're going to do a deep dive into your website. And by this, I mean, what makes Anne go, oh, sweetie, when I look at your website? Because it just happened last week, and I have introduced him to one of my web designers that's not us. Because sometimes we don't build the websites. We build a lot of websites, but some are much bigger than what we want to take on because we're a small team. But what are the things that make us say, oh, sweetie? And I will give you one clue. If it plays music when I come to your website, you need a new website. You need to do something. Get rid of that music. So, all right. Anastasia, do you want to add anything before we go?
No, I mean, I think it seems like, okay, this has been a short episode. It seems that people are thinking, oh, no big deal, but it's a big, big deal. It is a very big deal. Your Google My Business needs to be updated. Hey, if you're not going to do it and your competitor is one of our clients, I'm like, hey, forget it. That's fine. Because I know that our clients, Google My Businesses, are perfect. They are. They're in good shape. We go back in and check them, and we're updating. We're posting daily. I mean, there's a lot that we do for our clients. So it depends on you. Do you want to stand out from the competition or not?
Right.
Because the majority of people are not doing this. So.
Exactly. Well, and let me tell you, actually, this is a big, I cannot believe we didn't say this in the first place. We say update regularly. That doesn't just mean go in there and add something. It means pay attention, because here's the thing that you are going to be shocked by, because everybody is. They have no idea that this happens. If you're not paying attention to your Google My Business, Google is depending on customers to tell them about you. Sometimes that means it's not customers. Sometimes it's competition. So we have had people where I go in to look, because we look every single week. We're looking at Google My Business for our clients. We go in and look, and their address has been changed. Another mechanic down the road has added his address to our mechanic's listing. I had one company that has 6 locations. 5 of them had the address changed when I went in to check. And you get a week. It gives you a week to say yay or nay on this. But if you don't, they're like, oh, well, it must be right. And so they change it. And that can mean that a person who is a competitor or a prior employee, because we've seen that happen too, can say permanently closed. And unless you're paying attention, it will be marked as permanently closed. And that one, if it stays long enough, you lose access.
Actually, that's a great point that you brought up just now. Something that we have not mentioned is, who are the users on your Google My Business? That's a good actionable item to tag on to that, put up a post. go in and check, because if you have had people in the past that have either worked for you or family members or whomever have access to your page, which is great to have the help, but they can also take you down and they can remove your listing. And if you don't have a Google listing and somebody's trying to find you, you don't exist.
Yes. No,
So,
you absolutely do not.
or they could harm your business. Anytime that there is a possibility, like, make sure you are the primary owner. In Google world, owner is the admin, but primary owner, for instance, Anne is the primary owner to our account. I'm an owner as an admin, but I can't remove Anne. Anne is
Right.
the only person that can remove Anne. So make sure that you are the primary owner.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, we have a question here.
Yeah. Yeah. So Casey Brooks says, so someone not on your account has the ability to change the address? Yes. Yeah. You can go in right now and you can, so how it works is you say, suggest an update.
Mm-hmm.
And the update can be, oh, they changed addresses, they've moved. It can be they've closed. It can be, oh, we got a new phone number. It can be anything. There's so many things that you can suggest. So if that suggestion comes in, Google sees it, they tell you that you've got the suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not respond to that suggestion, then it becomes the new thing. Yeah, I know. She said, Casey says, oh my is right. It is
Yes.
so important. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we mentioned that one. That was one that was on my mind, and it's always one that surprises people when I tell them. So you need to know right now, we said your Google account, that go in, post something. If you don't own your Google account, if you don't know your Google account, go in and find it right now. Make sure you're the primary owner, and make sure you're at least once a week checking on it. If it's every Monday or if it's every Tuesday, put it on your calendar to check it at least once a week.
If you are working with a website design company or any other marketing company that tells you that they have to be the primary owner of your Google My Business account, or they have created that account for you and they have not made you the primary owner, then you need to beware. Because under no circumstances should you not be the owner of your accounts on social, on your website, whatever. You need to be able to access. You never know when a relationship's going to go bad, or if the person that you're dealing with suddenly goes out of business or gets sick, or, as Anne likes to say, gets eaten by a bear. You need to make sure that you're in control, because it's your business, it's your livelihood. Is it going to affect them that much? Probably not, but it will affect you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I have kind of a gift for you today. Over the weekend, I was working on something and I realized I had never shared some free ways to do well in your business, to market your business. So if you go to asmmdigital.com/blog, you will see an article up there about free things you can do to market your business. And I'm telling you, they're super easy. They're all free. You don't have to call me. It's really that easy. So go over and check out the blog at asmmdigital.com/blog. And if you want to take some courses, you can go to asmmcampus.com and take some courses on what we're teaching here today. But we will see you again next week, and we're going to dive into the oh sweetie websites and talk about why you just don't want those. So, all right, everybody, have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.